Hey, how's it going? I don't know if you're like this as well, but I have been thinking a lot lately about being an introverted artist, right? I'm extremely introverted in general. I'll go out of my way to avoid situations that I'm like, oh, that would actually be good for my art business, right? If I'm trying to grow my painting business, which I am. I should attend these events. I should try to get into that fair, or, whatever. Um, but I'm just so, shy. I don't put myself on camera. This is like the second video I've ever made with me on camera. I don't like talking about my artwork. Even though I have a lot of thoughts about my artwork or art in general, I'd rather chat with somebody one-on-one in like a studio setting. Maybe if you're taking a workshop or just doing like an open drawing session, live drawing, chatting with people like that. Even that is like, wow, that takes some real stepping out of my comfort zone to do. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think there are plenty of people, especially now online, that are trying to make it work as an artist. They're trying to get their stuff out there. But, I'm very averse to, making kind of catchy reels or shorts or whatnot. Trying to follow trends on social. I just can't do that. I think a lot of the time I'm thinking about my artwork, it's in a vacuum, right? I'm focused on my own understanding of it, how I want it to look, how I want it to be perceived. But I've sort of come to this realization that I don't have any control over how my work is perceived. I really don't. I can take good quality photos of my work. I can make videos about it, whatever. And that's about it. I can't, I can do my best job while making the work, try to get my skill level up, try to do something good, have a good barometer for what's good and not so good, and just try to improve my craft. That's all I can do. I can't control how you look at it, how somebody else sees it, whatever, if somebody likes it or not. And I think I've avoided trying to post my work or develop more of a following, because I'm just like, how am I going to sound talking about my work? I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want to sound like a marketer. I really just don't. If people people have collected my work in the past, which is incredible. They've reached out to me to grab it, right? And oh, hey, I want to buy this painting. Incredible. That's just my perfect scenario. It's like people finding me and trying to buy my work, and that's incredible. And I've been so blessed to have that happen a few times, right? But I think I need to be a bit more intentional about, hey, I gotta put something else out there. I gotta be able to talk about it, even if that's like an email form, something, videos like this. And I'd be curious to know if you've dealt with this introversion and sort of found ways to get around that block. I think it's somebody mentioned the other day or a few weeks ago, whatever it was, take what you're struggling with and flip it and make it like your asset, right? Your strength. There's probably like a YouTube video or something that I saw that said, somebody said that. And that's exactly true. I haven't necessarily implemented that and seen like, oh, this is look at all the stuff that we've accomplished. But if you're shy or if you're introverted, maybe that's you're focusing more on the reflective stuff, the more contemplative sort of you have thoughts in your head that are probably going way off into the night, and if you can just capture some of that and put that into just a newsletter or an email or something. Obviously you can use like social media or video, YouTube videos, whatever. Just share that in some form. I think folks will resonate with it. I tend to follow a lot more of the folks that are, quieter, a bit more soft-spoken, more reflective about their work, or just in general. Like that's the type of content that interests me. But I think that that's something that I've realized in the past maybe few weeks is I gotta just take what I'm thinking, make it into like a digestible format for somebody. Talk as if I'm talking to somebody I've known forever, or just a friend, just a friend, right? And not try to do too much. I can't go and see somebody's success and say, oh, I want to try that. Like I need that success. Let me try to replicate that. I don't think that's a good recipe. I think a lot of people do that. Maybe it works for them. I need to do what works for me, and I don't really know what works for me. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to be, my own self and have my own way about doing things. I want to do things with integrity. I don't want to sell type of deal. I'd rather make like a journal or something that folks could either like or not like, whatever. But anyway, I'm rambling a bit here. But I did want to just think about, and share that insight with regard to like being an introvert, but also feeling like, oh, I need to get out there. I need to post. I need people to see me if I want to make it, if I want to sell this painting, if I want to be, if I want to sustain myself with my painting, my art craft, whatever it is. I got to be visible. I got to get out there. Yeah, sure. You got to be able to be found, right? You have to be discoverable, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to become a different person, right? I think your personality is probably your biggest asset. Whatever that is, just offer that. So I'm trying to do that a bit more. If that resonates with you, feel free to drop a comment or, follow along for more. Anyway, take care. Hope you have a good day. And hope you continue to paint, draw, sculpt, whatever you're doing. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.